shall bind us. No more shall bind us. No more shall bind us. We are free. Shiva. Shiva. is Shiva. Something somewhere within is tough. Like the first kiss of sunlight. New battle gives up its fragrance, its beauty, its life in complete surrender. It lets go into the unknown. Welcome to the infinite dance. Welcome home to the unknown. Where is my life? Where is myself? Where can I go now? Where I am not. Your kiss has removed me, and now I am nothing. All that remains is you. Joy in my heart, silence God is looking. Look deeply into the mirror of your own soul. What do you see? This is your clue. What do you see? This is your clue. See and you are free.
Let's see how the audio. The audio okay? Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadhguru Sri Moji Ji ki Jai. Welcome, welcome. If you're in the hangout, the way to ask questions is to unmute your mic and speak when you feel it is appropriate. And on YouTube chat, you can ask a question. Audio isn't okay?
Did you choose this thing?
Yes.
Answer.
Now? How's the audio now? Audio is still not okay?
Maybe we have to press this. Try.
No, not. Okay, we'll disconnect.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Can you hear me, Shankar? Hello?
Okay, let's check now. Are we good now? You're underwater or not good? No, not good? Okay. Checking for the mic. It's good now? Okay. Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadhguru Sri Mujiji ki Jai. Thank you all so much for joining in. So what I already said once is that if you're in the hangout, the way to ask questions is to unmute your mic when you sense that there is some space, and on YouTube chat you can post your question over there and we can look at them. Isn't it funny that we collect every day to hear what? That I am nobody, that I don't exist. Yeah. Every day we collect, Monday to Friday at least. And on weekend also we have special satsangs on. So throughout the week we collect and we meet to come to this discovery that I don't exist. Or at least I don't exist in the way I always believed I did. I don't exist personally. What kind of trickery must this have been? That to get over this trickery, we need to hear this over and over so many days, and then we come to this simple conclusion that I'm not here at all, I don't exist. There is nobody home. Yeah. That is why in India, in the ancient scriptures also, we call it the Leela or Maya. See, because it's some divine hypnosis. Only God could have done this, you see. Only God could have done this, where God Himself has picked up this belief that I am a person, and then God Himself needs to hear this over and over again that you are God actually, just pretending to be a person. And what happens when we understand this, when we see this for ourselves? Nothing. Yeah. So the shock is more that, oh, nothing is happening. It's so wonderful in a way that I have always been nothing, and I see that I am this no thing, and nothing is here even celebrating that. Yeah, we can do a small party once in a while and say, wow, this is so beautiful, so but truly what happened? Nothing happened. So we come to this discovery of our no-thingness, and no, in the most auspicious way it is when no fireworks accompany it. It's very soon. Otherwise, the side show, which is the fireworks, can then become the main show for many of us. It can seem like that experience itself was it. It wasn't. It was just another appearance. It is never whatever the experience might have been. See? So for some, it could just be a simple, that's it. I'm out of here. Bye. Yeah. So then you have to pack it. No. Come back here. Yeah. And for others, it could be whole body is shaking and crying and laughing, and everybody else sitting there and saying, "This is what I want," and it'll convince me. But it doesn't convince, because next day you wake up and you say, "Oh, today I'm not like this. Yesterday this state was here." So it is more troublesome actually. So it's never about how it is appearing, whether it's sober seeing or whether it is full fireworks and explosions. It's never about that. It is about the realization which is at the core, that I am nothing, no thing, yet I am that from which all appears. And this contradiction cannot be explained conceptually. You see. To the mind, it sounds crazy. How can I say that you are nothing, and yet you are that from which everything appears? You cannot understand this. But you see this, you can see this. So in satsang, what is more takes time, seemingly, is this sense of I want to push you away from a mental understanding of something, push that aside, keep it aside. All our practices, all our knowledge, all our scriptures, all our arrogance and humility, all of that first, just keep it aside, keep it aside. And then just check what is here now. And when we start mixing it up with oh, what is here now, but what I think is, then it's already mixed up. Or you say, oh, yes, this is here, but what I feel is then already mixed up. It's nothing to do, as we were saying yesterday, that nothing to do with feeling or with thought. If feeling or thought could testify to your true nature, then it would be much more apparent to the mind also that this is the truth. But they cannot, because like we were saying yesterday, these are the grandchildren, your grandchildren. You are this awareness in which beingness is born, and after beingness is born, then this entire phenomenal creation comes into play, including the realm of thoughts and feelings. So how can then thought and feeling testify to you? You see, it's not even just that you're looking at the mirror and expecting the objects in the mirror to testify the truth. It's one more level than that. It's like the object in the mirror is looking at another mirror, and we are hoping that that one will testify to our true nature. It's okay if you don't get this, it's okay. Stacy has a good question. She says, Namaste, Father. At some point, will you clarify what is meant by the world is just a projection of the mind? Where is this mind located? Thank you so much. So, there can be some confusion about definitions, and we must clarify these confusions because there are various ways in which teachers will express, and there can be some confusion that arises from these points. So let's clarify this. So when we speak about, it's a little loud today. So when we speak about the mind here, what we are speaking about this bundle of thoughts, this bundle of energies like thoughts, memories, imagination, all of this is the mind. So when we speak of the projection, we are speaking of all of this being a projection of consciousness, including the mind itself. See? So all appears in your presence. First there is a sense of I am, then there is an appearance. There is never an appearance without you. This is what we call the waking stage. The sense I am wakes up, and then this phenomenal world wakes up, including the phenomena of thought, including the phenomena of imagination, memory, emotions, feeling, all of this. So we say here that everything is your projection as consciousness. It's God's projection, including the mind. You see? But in some ways of expression, it is said that it is the mind which is moving. It is the mind's expression, which is okay because the definition is different. So what they must be calling the mind is this sense of being itself. You see? Also in Buddhism, what they call the sense of self is actually what we call the ego. So they want to go from this sense of self to the no self. Being rid of the ego association, they call it going to the no self. And we call it the self itself. So we must align our definition, otherwise all of this can become a little bit confusing. So what we refer to as the self is this awareness, untouched, unmoved, within which there is the birth of beingness or consciousness or the sense I am. And once the light of this being is turned on, then the entire phenomenal realm is projected. All phenomena come from there. This is the way we usually converse. Because you need to have a common dictionary, you see. Otherwise things can get a little bit confusing. You see? So this phenomenal world is a projection of being, projection of consciousness, which is your own presence. And this projection includes the mind itself. Shankar is on YouTube. Okay. I felt I saw him inside. Shankar has a question. He says, Father, what is the best way to deal with what feels like an addiction? My heart says to not believe in the addict, and this will clear out everything. This will scoop out any content that keeps coming. What is the primal addiction? Yeah?
Thinking.
Addiction to thought is the most primal addiction. So when we are addicted to believing our thoughts, when we are addicted to giving all our attention to these thoughts, that is how the identity starts. That is why this is like rehab. This is like rehab. We're getting over the addiction that we have for our thoughts, addiction that we have for our personal identity. And once this addiction is gone, then all addictions, I feel, will get dissolved in this. But if something still wants to play a little bit, it's okay. But I don't feel you will truly be, or you will truly call it an addiction. You see? So even Maharaj, the great Maharaj, used to smoke once in a while, isn't it? But can you call it an addiction? I would not. One who is not addicted to thought, I don't feel that we can call any other expression, any other play, a addiction that is happening. See? So we are working on the root addiction here, which is our addiction, beingness's addiction to thought, which means beingness's habit to give belief, to, to make identity out of thought. So all that is happening here is this discovery that no person ever existed, either here nor there. And how to know this? Just to check. Is there a person here or not? That's all. And don't go with what your thoughts are telling you. Don't go with what your feelings are telling you. You have the ability to check for yourself. Why do you need to rely on second-hand evidence? Why do we need to rely on second-hand evidence from thought, from feeling? We can check for ourselves. Where is the person? What does it look like? As my master says, what color are the eyes of this person that we believe ourselves to be? Yes, yes. These lights.
I had started melting in the presence. You look at me, something like it. Somehow, I recollect that lady reporting that she was she wanted to kill a guy and kill herself in Moji's. Yesterday, somehow it played out that I felt that that he didn't look at me or acknowledge me. So looking everywhere, but it played out that.
Yeah.
So something was really hurting here, and I was sulking like a little guy.
Yes.
Why? Why? And there was anger coming.
Yeah.
But this guy, I noticed and then I chopped it off. But it was there.
Yeah.
It was a moment.
I don't feel there's anyone in Satsang who has come and not felt that at some point or the other. So he's saying that it feels like when I'm in your presence, when you look at me, I'm melting. But yesterday, whole time we had Satsang, you didn't look at me even once. You were looking everywhere, here, there, everywhere, so long, looking at everyone. But not one time you looked at me. And then this feeling came of some anger, something. This can come. So I was just saying that I don't feel that there's anyone who has come to Satsang for some time and not felt that at some point or the other. So first know that it's not as uncommon as you might feel it is. Second, what comes is that it can come that, oh, he's trying to teach me a lesson or show me something or something. But it doesn't move like that from here.
But it does play out like
It
that.
plays like that because it has to be thrown away, even this.
but somehow it is the play that your presence becomes your master. You need to learn something. And it did happen once when I don't know. When
It's okay, you can say it.
I love to drink wine.
Yeah.
And I drank wine and when I came here, like, something in me when I come back was not good. So, yeah, there was a discipline. So,
You sense that you had a drink and you came to satsang and
No.
on the same day,
no,
earlier. Nice.
when my daughter we had a party. I love wine. I don't drink everything.
All I've ever said is just when you come to satsang, just come sober. That's all I've said. What you do otherwise, it's okay. Imagine that if there's so many of you and so many in the hangout and so many on YouTube chat, and even if there was this intuitive sense here, would I really open it out and say, okay, let me know what Anandi did yesterday night? Was she being a good girl or bad? Amba, Randi. You feel with all this processing would happen here. You know? So if it plays out on its own, grace is playing like that, then grace is playing like that. You see, but there's no intentional here. Yes, I know what you were up to yesterday. You were a bad boy. So let me not look at you today. You feel it can play out like this. He's not answering.
I don't know, but something happens that way. It's my experience.
And why do I say that when you come to satsang, come sober? Not because it's some sort of judgment or I feel this sense of purity or something like that. It is just that it seems abstract enough for you when you're sober. Imagine if you're a little high, then all of this. How will it be? Once actually one of you in the hangout, I know, once one of you was saying in the chat that, I'm drunk and I'm going to drive or something. Then I remember I told this one that please don't drive, get a cab or something. That was from a purely practical perspective. That is not safe.
I remember in Rishikesh we had a small discussion around
Right?
alcohol. So I remember telling my experience, how I feel about alcohol. You just probably just looked and said something in my mind, said, oh, he didn't like it. Idiot, shut up.
See, that's why I say that in satsang, I'm saying ABC, and your mind is saying XYZ. So what are you listening to? Are you listening to ABC or are you listening to XYZ? It's very, very subtle like this. See? This happens in all our interactions actually, but especially relevant for satsang. Because it could be many times I hear this, that you said this last week, you said this day before, something, and I say, doesn't sound like me at all. But I'm open, I could have, because I never remember what was said in satsang. So rarely something will stay with me. But when I hear something, then I'm looking around to clarify, did I say like that? And somebody will say yes or no. But it's important to stay with the ABC. Because that ABC is what is pointing you to that which is beyond the ABC. But if already we make it the XYZ, then it first has to become the ABC and then has to point to. If there's something that needs to be said from here, I trust what speaks from here that it will be said. And if something feels unsaid and it gives you a whack, then that is also satsang, I know.
There's another thing.
Yes.
So with Petra is a big name.
Yeah.
You are walking out through and you get to point presence. And presence and sometimes you're observing presence. And then the next thing you said was that there is no distance. And I never felt that. I always felt presence there, and the awareness is observing that, is witnessing that. Then yesterday, I became one with everything,
Yeah.
with that. It was the first time. So
So
I'm grateful to
usually what I say is that this sense of presence, even this presence you are aware of. Even this presence you are aware of. What is the distance between you and this awareness?
yes. There was no distance.
No distance.
So
Therefore,
that was something that was very new that happened yesterday.
the
Because I
seeing
was
was new. I mean, the seeing like this was new, but in reality, it's always been this way, isn't it?
I have not
Experience.
experienced that. I was marinating in present, and I thought that was beautiful. Beautiful stories. Yesterday was
And now this awareness, has it changed in any way?
awareness hasn't changed.
But
But that nice feeling, the great feeling,
feeling is much later.
so
Is awareness touched by any feeling? Is it interested also in any feeling?
everything happens good and not so nice and nice. But in Satsang, it's different. So it's beautiful. Your presence makes it very,
Yes. But what I am pointing at actually, even if you feel like you're being roasted, that awareness will remain untouched. You see. As long as we're still talking in terms of states or how it is felt, then we're still distracted by the play. The play will continue. The contrast in the play will also continue. But this discovery which you came to yesterday, there is no distance between me and this awareness. Therefore, if there is no distance between me and something, could it mean that there is some separation between us? If there is no distance, can there be separation?
I just felt within myself, I can't put anything inside. It's different dimension.
Now forget about it. It's very important to forget about it. Because if you keep referring to what was, then that will become just another spiritual experience.
Yes.
So we're not here for just spiritual experiences. What do you see now? Presence is here. Are you aware of the presence or not?
Yes.
Any distance between you and this awareness?
It's just total awareness. That's what I think. There is no presence and there's only awareness.
There's no presence?
Only, I don't know.
Does that mean that you stop being? This is good contemplation. Something is feeling uncomfortable when you check like this.
No discomfort. Effortless ease. Nothing much to do. Just ease. I'm comfortable with this.
Very good.
I don't know what to call. I don't know how to report.
It's good. It's good. From here now you're interested in enlightenment?
No. I just wish that it stays permanently.
What?
There's a beautiful space. It's not permanence. I wish for permanence. That's it. Is that a problem?
Every time you check, if you see that the sun rises from the east, then will you have this wish that I wish it always rises from the east? No, because every time you checked, it always came from the east only. So initially it can be that our conditioning was strong, that it rises from the west. So we need to check over and over. We check it's from the east. Wow, this is beautiful. I hope it's like this tomorrow also. But it will be.
It's so stupid.
It seems like that. When put in these examples, it seems. Every time you check, isn't it like that?
Sometimes a little effort is required because the conditioning is so strong. Sometimes it's really it's effortless. Most of the time now it's becoming effortless.
It seems like it is effort because our habit has become to pick up thoughts. So it seems like it is effort to let go of them, but actually if you just look at it, you will see the natural state. It's most natural not to be picking them up. But because the habit is to pick them up again and again, therefore sometimes initially it seems like, oh, this is effort to let them go. We're so used to carrying the burden that we feel that to put the burden down is effort. No, carrying it.
The Trickster,
Exactly.
it's a good example.
Petra says, Father, I feel like the example that you once gave, that once you finished your exams, you still feel like you should be studying this. But also this is not really true. Isn't it like this? Exams are over, just on the last day, we come back home and something feels that I should be studying, what's happening? So once the discovery of what we are happens, and again, inquiry, today I haven't inquired. Where's my meditation practice? No? And Shankar says, that's just it. It doesn't bother me, but my children are very upset by it. I don't worry about smoking actually. My family, on the other hand, because they love you. Now we must become open to all expressions of love. You see? We find the most space in these non-dual expressions of love which are without any expectation. But still, for those who are not in satsang, but they still might be our close relationships. Right? So we must be open to all these expressions of love, even if something inside there is saying, but this is so dualistic or phenomenal. he doesn't understand. But you must be open. Get to the root of where it is coming from and enjoy that. There are many in the world who they have nobody who is concerned whether you smoke or you drink or anything like that. So they would really wish for someone. They would wish that they would have these close relationships who would say, no, don't smoke. So even these phenomenal expressions of love are very beautiful, are very kind actually. And Shanti says, I have to have my caffeine. Is it in relation to the addiction question you're saying, or just generally you want to? Yes. It's okay. If on some day you feel like I didn't look at you, then you just say, today you didn't look at me, please. Instead of making some this thing out of it, this is he's ignoring me because he's wanting me to be unattached, or some story the mind makes like this. When somebody laughs loudly like that, then you know they believed it at some point in the past. I know this because it happened here also. So I can report. And I report from my close ones also. Like Karima, at one point I shared this story when she went for the silent retreat, and I was taking care of the kids here in Bangalore. Then what would happen is that for the first few days he was just constantly looking at her. Even when satsang would start, there were hundreds of people in the room, but first he would check for her and then say okay. Like then, by the end of the retreat, he just stopped looking. So she was roasting. He's just purposely ignoring me, or, all of this is happening. So she, Garima being Garima, which is very beautiful that way, she went and told him that you've been roasting me by not looking. She said, I know nothing about this. Yeah. Just plays like this. So also beautiful roasting. Actually, I want to tell also, I've said in chat a few times that after a while, after I'm satsang for a while, I don't see who it is actually. I can't really distinguish, especially on things like chat. There'll be so many names and so many words which flow. So I have to struggle and focus and say, okay, this one, this one. And don't trust any story from the mind. Yeah? Okay, my dear. Yeah, our moderator has got dropped, so one of us, maybe the one who came last, needs to. Yeah. Satsang with Ananta left. Okay, so it was there for some time. Now connect again. Okay. The one who's just a shadow, that is Anandi, who's the moderator. She's sitting in front of the window. No, it's okay. She's back in. We're good. Jerome says children who are upset is also life, and some alignment from your heart can take place. So I've been asking Prema to come in the hangout every day. And she's saying, but why? But why? You see, so I told her, because I'm not that enlightened that I don't miss you. If ever I become that enlightened that I don't miss you, then I don't want that enlightenment. This happens, it happens like this, that I remember when I first went to Thiru, and then it's always been like this with me. Few days there, then work, few days there, then work. Then once I shared this story long ago, maybe I can remind some of you, which is that, so we promise every time we would go, we would promise that we'd be back in the next weekend. Okay? And usually we would live up to that promise, we were there. So once it happened that we went, then one weekend we couldn't go because of some work, and the next weekend I didn't go because there was a school reunion. And I felt this is happening after 15 years, school reunion. So we went to this place, to this restaurant, and it was loud music and everything. So this loud music is playing over there, and I get a call. So I answer it and I'm like, hello. And this was the first time I got a call like this. And on the other end, who's it? It's Guruji, it's Muji. He says, hello. Like, okay. Now, I didn't go to Thiru 2 weeks. And also there's this loud music which is playing, so I can't even say I've been busy, so busy working hard, just work. So then very sheepishly I told him, Guruji, is this school reunion? And then I said, I'm so sorry. So he just said, I miss you, Because very often it can seem like, why is he inviting me? Is it still he's feeling something that he wants to remove from me, or he wants to look into my eyes so I can be clear of it? Or just be simple like this. I haven't seen you for months. I just miss you. So non-duality doesn't mean that all of this sweet feelings, this beautiful love which is here, has to become then all non-dual. And I know she will watch this and she will sit and cry and cry. Don't make me call you and I could hear some loud music in the background, and then you can't say I've been so busy at work. Grace moves so beautifully. And when it happened, it was like, I wish something would open up and I would just get swallowed up by the earth. And never, that moment I never thought that one day this will be such a funny story to share in Satsang. Because when we leave, he would say, you have to go. Yes, Guruji, so much work. So much work. So my favorite explanation for why this projection happened, as you know, is entertainment. My favorite explanation is that this is all for entertainment. And if these things would not happen, then this play would not be entertaining anymore. She hates it when I say that. I'll convert her one day. I know it can be strong sometimes. So much pain is here, so much suffering has happened. What entertainment?
Thought came that okay, well, I want to meet the one who is entertained by
Yes,
it.
you will.
I'm not.
You will. That's for sure. The one that says, I'm not entertained is not. The one who is you. Amaya says, Father Muji ji was telling how his daughter was playing Michael Jackson. Yes, I read this. In the car on the way to Zimar retreat day. And the song was Don't Stop Till You Get It. So they had to turn it down as they drove up because they were rocking out in the car. We had many of these rocking moments, very beautiful. The most fun was when we played Hit the Road Jack and he said, This is our song for the ego. And everyone was dancing. Imagine if after this realization or whatever you call it, then everything would become serious. I'm just so non-dual. Yes, glum. You are right for freedom. You are not. Okay. The Satsang robot would sit every day. Very serious because all this projection, no fun. Who would want that kind of realization? It doesn't matter now. All of you, so much love is here. Tomorrow you don't show up. It doesn't matter. No, he is realized. No, so it doesn't matter to him. What kind of life would that be? All my children don't show up one day. You feel that no feeling will emerge from here? This is just comes from the mind. You see all these expectations that oh he's so this thing. So I say okay, if there is a level of enlightenment like that, I don't know. Who would want something like that? Nobody would want us laughing like this for no reason. We laugh, and then we come to satsang many times for no reason. We cry. Who would want to be rid of this? Who would want to be in a place where no feeling ever arose? No feeling. It's not like this. It's actually much more sensitive. All these feelings are completely free to come, you see, because no repressing is happening. Everything is allowed, but it does not stay. So I can get angry with you. I can get angry with you. Although it doesn't happen often. But I cannot resent you. Because resentment needs a story. Anger just can come.
Can I mention?
Yes.
Although the search has been dropped, there's nothing feeling of enlightenment or getting There isn't anything like that. But it,
So you drop the search also and you're not enlightened.
no, it is just like
Just fooling.
the search has already been dropped. Even the feeling or thought would never come. That, I need to be enlightened. It has never been there, I would say, as far as long as I can remember. But somehow it feels like while we are in presence, there is no identification of any sort. And while the life, the way the life rolls out, there is still an identification. You still have that ego, you still have that anger, you still want to be noticed, you still want that popularity, that kind of thing. So it's been kind of coming up every now and again that if it's the way life has to go, then probably you're just witnessing of that, and
Yeah.
it's going to happen. Right? On the other side, it feels like the mind wants to again get that approval. Hey, does that is it true that it's not making an excuse and has to happen that way, or there is something that we are escaping, or we don't know, and it's the mind that is speaking. That is something that is currently.
So that's why when we say that there are three ways to look at it. See? So the simplest way is to say from the ultimate perspective, even if you're deeply identified, how does it matter? You see, for awareness, it doesn't matter even if identification is there. Now, for being, moment to moment, it can use its power of belief to identify with the thought, identify as a person. And when it does that, then it gets a ouch sooner or later, which we call suffering. This ouch, then we start welcoming that yes, this ouch is because there was some concept that got picked up. Then it becomes a very natural play, like a computer game. So at the being level, you can say like this, that all is grace, all is flowing. Then there is complete openness, disidentification, then no question of any resistance, any suffering. When suffering came, then I can just look at what was picked up again, and then it is thrown. From the being level. From the person level, no need to look at it at all. So the mind wanting approval, wanting whatever, just forget about it. Prema has a good excuse today. She's at work with no headphones. Right. Atma says, Father, what have you eaten today? Too much non-serious you are. Dennis posted a message for Mukti. Mukti says she's watching after a long time and she can't type, but she's having a lot of burning in this satsang. It's good news, no? Burning is not bad news. It can feel like it's a bad thing. It's good.
Even the mind will actually fight
Huh?
with
Mukti Maya is perfect. Yes, that was my non-dual face. Devika said that. We ran out of jokes. How was Thiru? Were you in Thiru? Just when you were saying we ran out of jokes.
Yeah, because yeah, previously I made great. Very nice. I'm trying to look for some major memory.
Yes, of that. This sounds familiar. This. Shivani had said, all addictions gone here finally, only satsang is left.
The addiction.
Huh? Addicted to the rehab itself. Oh, Hans and I are wearing the same shirt. Huh? Similar. Oh, yours is blue. I know, Shivani keeps saying I can't make it and I show up. Yes, every day she sent me a goodbye till next week because my internet plan is over now. I really can't spend any more. I mean, really, I can't. And then she still shows up. And then she says goodbye. Then I see she's on chat still. Huh? She said, see you Monday, but it's just Thursday now. You know, she explained to me, okay, this is not satsang anymore. But she explained to me why in Australia internet is more expensive. Anybody wants to know that? Because the distances are so much and the population is less. So there's not enough. When they put the infrastructure in place, they need to make up for that cost. Makes sense. India should be the cheapest internet. The most population density, the more internet users, then you can distribute the costs among so many more. So you spend $1 million, and there are only 10 people who need to use that. So each person will have to pay 100,000 for that. So there are a million people who use that same thing, then each person pays only $1. So Australia, the population is less, so they have to pay more. I'll talk to you after Satsang.
It's a good country to sell DVDs there.
If you run out of questions, then you'll be sitting and chatting about these things. For those of you first time in Satsang, I heard good things. I heard good things about him. But he's talking about internet cost in Australia. So dual, so dualistic. What to do?
share that sometimes during the day, a great sense of loneliness, some kind of sorrow comes up. Like finally nobody is understanding anybody else because they are so preoccupied with whatever is presenting itself to them.
Yeah.
That is what they essentially have to keep up with. So there's great feeling of loneliness, and sometimes I feel like crying during the day. It passes like.
It's like everybody is so busy with their own stories, they have no time for my story.
I was wondering, am I interested in
Their stories, are you? Sometimes mildly.
more than how they're interested in,
Yeah.
but not entirely. Like
You
I can't
lose.
give up my life for their story.
Yes, it's a good thing. Even this will equalize.
Also, I'm watching all the children now. I'm spending
Yeah,
time
yeah.
in the school. So then the observation becomes that even they have a very strong ego.
Yes.
And for some time that has to be that it develops. It has to be
Yeah.
developed. And because my son doesn't speak, I used to have some fancy
Idea.
delusions
Yeah.
that he's completely egoless and things like that. I don't know. I think I was trying to, whatever concepts that I had spiritually, I was trying to connect them. But I find that he's very just left to himself. He likes to be entirely quiet except when he's hungry. And he likes just say single words. There's a great all-round discomfort. Everybody is uncomfortable with silence. Only now I'm beginning to be even bodily uncomfortable in that great big silence there, which is not saying anything, it's not making any movement, it's just like that. So that comes up, but then also when I see the other children, everything is very, very fast. They're moving through their activities, everything very, very fast. He's in a totally different dimension altogether. So that sometimes is a great sense of loneliness. Just to try to hide earlier.
Yes.
Even to myself, I
Yes,
think I was
exactly.
hiding that. It was not necessary to say to anybody, but I was trying to, instead of just saying it, which is actually very much better for everybody.
Yes. You'll find that phenomenally a lot of grace. You'll find that everything is so auspicious, and also you will find that what is here, you will not be able to even report that I am now comfortable with the silence. You might be able to say, this I which was comfortable with the silence is now dissolved into the silence itself. So because awareness now seems like this one big space of silence, and there is something which is saying I am now starting to get comfortable, this one will also not survive this.
Actually, no I survives.
Yes, because this one will pretend to be the ally for the silence. Yes, yes, I'm comfortable, dude, I'm good. But this one is also getting pulled in and absorbed into the silence itself.
Because earlier they were like peace, very long lasting. Now the eye that drops up is like a weed. Just comes in short lifespan. Actually, that is not truly feeling alone.
Yes.
It's actually very bearable and very enjoyable
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah. This is very good, you see, because one of the things I would have told you is that you can enjoy even this. Yesterday someone came to me, the day before yesterday, we felt that there was strong fear or something. And I just felt to tell them, just don't forget to laugh at it. You cannot survive your laughter, actually. It seems strange when you hear these, but I feel you can hear, no? You can hear this, what is said. I feel actually many in the Sangha are much more Advaita than me. I'm encouraging everyone to broadcast. So if someone wants truly Advaita Satsang, then they can watch your broadcast. No? Shivani says, like this, hanging out Satsang. Yes, yes. Few days back we were saying, you can just, you don't have to be very something about it, very formal about it. Devika says, I remember being in Hangout. I remember being in Hangout so upset. And Father's first words to me were, I remember, Father's first words to me were, how long will it be before we both start laughing? And it just dissolved. Yes. I feel Devika, 3 seconds is her best record. This is what it says in the Course in Miracles. The tiny mad idea of God, and God forgot to laugh or something. So don't waste this stand-up comedian in your head. You have a full-time employee who's there to make you laugh. Remember never to take it seriously. Always remember to laugh.
I remember one time on the chat,
Yeah.
we did this game, laugh at the next 10 things that Jokester said. Every single comment.
This is very good. Once we played this game, she says, where we said we will laugh at the next 10 things that this mind says or the ego says. And we found that it was so funny. You can't find a thought which is not laughable. Even thoughts can be about suffering. Oh, those suffering children in Ethiopia or something like this. As if we are something special here. The most arrogant of these kind of thoughts. Very, very laughable. God has sent me here to help these poor children. What can be more arrogant? This is not a good satsang for first time. Shivani says the funniest thing though is when you do take it seriously for a few seconds. And then Ruby and I crack up all the time. Then I am serious. Now we can play the game and say, okay, let's see how long we can take it seriously. So thought comes, let's see how long can we take it seriously. Won't be too long.
Why are these thoughts arising as you are basically it seems to be happening too fast? We've spoken about this earlier.
What, the thoughts are coming too fast?
Yeah, I mean, what is the language in which they're appearing?
You tell me, what is the language of your next thought?
You must be like that.
No, wait for it, wait for it.
It's not in any human language.
It is, no? The way I see it is that they appear to me in English, mostly. Sometimes Hindi.
I find them saying it out like that.
Like, yeah.
But they don't come like that.
This is very good. Remember one day you were not there. We did this experiment where we said, how are your thoughts appearing to you? And I always felt like me, it must be the same for everyone. For me, it comes left to right. Yeah? Then for her, it comes like a flash. So some came right to left.
It's actually too fast. The words are out of the mouth.
No, wait now. Don't say anything. You wait for one or two thoughts and tell me how it appears to you. All of us can do like this. How are thoughts appearing to us? Can we see it? Left to right, one is saying. But we won't say now the answer because then I'll tell you a story about that. All of us can try in YouTube also. You can see how are thoughts appearing to you. In which language? Do they appear visually? Do they flow in a direction? How do they appear? Then?
Actually, it's appearing to me as if somebody's saying it.
Somebody's saying. It's appearing like audio?
Yeah,
like a voice?
It comes in terms of a memory. Like somebody said so and so. But my own response to that, how it comes, I'm not able to fathom. It's coming too fast.
We can watch. This is good. You read again?
So yeah, it's like a voice.
It's like a voice.
Plus the words.
Plus the words are appearing, or?
Yeah, almost see the sentence at times.
You can see the sentence like flowing.
Yeah.
Which direction?
No direction.
Just flashing. Yeah. It was very amazing to me when we did the experiment the first time because I felt like it will be the same. It will be the same left to right. How was for you?
It's more like conversation that just happens.
But how it looks? I mean, does it sound like it or does it appear?
It just appears in front.
Appear. Like that, or
Not just like somebody watching and it will appear, disappear, appear, disappear.
okay, flashing. You try? Or
It's like a flash.
flashing?
Someone speaking.
Someone is speaking.
Like that. That's it. The sign of hearing people talking.
Same as hearing people talk.
Yeah. If I have to do it in places.
Yeah. Not visually. It's more of a audio type.
Yeah. I think maybe it's a different class.
It's okay. Yes, yes, maybe. Yeah. Who else is reporting? Let's see. Why I was saying that we won't share is because all of you have heard of this example. They did an experiment once in a classroom where they spoke to all the children except one. And they said that the teacher will draw two lines on the board and you have to give the wrong answer. Okay? So all of them said, so the teacher comes, he draws two lines, one is longer than the other, and all the children say the shorter one is longer. And what does the last one say? He also says 99% of the time, he also says the shorter one is longer. Because there's this peer thing. We feel like if everybody sees it a certain way, I must be wrong, although it's in front of me. We still say the shorter one is longer because everyone is saying. And you have this fear of feeling stupid or something. That's why you're not reading out the answer, because if everybody said left to right, then everybody will say yes. I don't want to be.
If it's gone from like left to right, does that mean you have to read it?
Somewhat, yes, yes. It's like that. Yes. Yes. For me, it's like this. It feels like I read it. It's not audio at all.
Must be news anchor sometime.
Teleprompter. Teleprompter is going like this.
Feel like you have to read it.
That's okay. Yeah.
I think it's right hard to that way because I read about it.
It's what?
I feel like it's a tug from the right part, the spiritual heart, but I also feel it maybe because I've read about it and I concentrate on the right part a lot. So
Thought seems to be appearing from there.
no, I feel a tug. Some especially if it's like a very if it's a very happy thought, a kind of a cool sensation, and it's very an angry thought. I think that a lot of burning. But I still don't know whether it's words and
Okay.
it's miraculous how I'm able to translate that tongue into. And it is also hilarious. You said the other day that I'm convinced that whatever we were speaking it has totally zero value.
Yes.
And because it's coming from the mind and we're speaking in English.
Yes.
And you said, so God can do everything except speak in English.
Exactly.
so that is like a breakthrough point. It feels like there could be a mixture of I can't completely brush aside.
Yes. So this feeling can come that if it's coming like this, if it's coming from the mouth, it's English, then it's just from the mind. So then we said that God can do everything except speak in English, is it? Is that what? These concepts all get blown up. We cannot resist even just a simple inquiry. We cannot resist.
In the sillier the concept that was held on for longer, it would cause the feeling of tragedy. But now, they're able to laugh at it.
So some are saying audio. And if some of you are feeling that this exercise is completely pointless, it is not. Very, very useful for us to see that there is this distance between what I am and the appearance of our thoughts. Because for most of our life we go with this presumption that it is me speaking. It is me speaking these things. These simple experiments actually can be very, very useful. Okay, there's a question from Petra. She says, Father, I'm a little confused about letting the attention free or keeping the attention focused on the self. But it seems like letting the attention go free is not contradictory with staying as the self, yes, because everything is the self anyway. Leave your attention completely free. It becomes another trap when you feel that I have to keep my attention only focused on the self itself. If this was the true state, then why would you project the world at all? You are that which is supremely intelligent, the Supreme Lord. Are you saying that if the sense was that I must keep the attention only with this awareness and not on any phenomena, then why would this Supreme Intelligence project the phenomena in the first place? Why would it give itself the power of attention and belief? So leave your attention free, it's not going anywhere. This is openness, this is freedom. Otherwise, it seems like it's a constricted state that I must like this. And then it comes with a lot of these small games that we play. That today I was completely, my attention was only with the self. But yesterday I was very bad. I did not abide properly or something like this. All these concepts, forget about them.
Just when you're talking about attention there, I was trying to come on with this like, even for Ananta, is there actually such thing as attention? Because I can't actually find such thing as attention. Because it's like, you can say, okay, yeah, you're just giving attention to this or that, but actually that's just like what's up here. I don't know, I can't find such thing.
The way to check for attention is to just do an experiment. So you look at the glass and also give some attention to a thought, and you do it at the same time. You find that something feels limited, isn't it? We completely focus on the glass and also focus on the next thought that comes.
You can do the two at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's why I say there's no such thing as attention, because it's like, it's just like, so the cup is there, or the thought is there, or something is there. So there's not necessarily attention. So of course, like in the world, it looks like there's loads of things there, but not really there.
So we'll find that sometimes both, like many drivers report this, isn't it? That I was driving on the road and I was able to navigate through it, but I was just lost in my thought. Lost in my thoughts. I didn't even realize the last 10 minutes of it. I know there's a road was there, the car was there, it was moving through. So at this phenomenal level, we can speak like this. What you are saying is that what exists is only what appears. So what I say is, what you give your attention to, that seems to exist in this appearance. So we can say that attention is a presumption because you're saying that this seems to exist, therefore some attention is going to that. That's what you're saying, isn't it? Attention is a presumption because what is appearing, something seems to be giving something to that. But what this something is what we are calling attention. It seems like something is being given to something. So when we switch from class to computer to thought, it seems like something is switching. Whether it has a tangible existence or not really phenomenally in terms of atoms or molecules, definitely not. But in terms of just in this play, you can sense that this attention thing is qualitatively different from the belief thing. At least that much you can say. So therefore, to categorize phenomena, then we use language like this.
No, I hear.
This is the categorization within phenomena, like we say atom, molecule. Within the atom, we can say proton, neutron, electron.
Because I used to look and like, like as if I could see something. Because I remember even when I was in Sahara, I stayed for like a contemplation.
Yeah.
And he said like look at attention. So like everybody's looking, but I can't even find something without attention.
No, it is just, yes, it is, that's why I say it is the awareness itself playing phenomenally. So it's the non-phenomenal awareness. When it plays phenomenally, the only attribute you can say about it is that it seems limited. Because I cannot have attention there and here with full attention, with seemingly full attention at the same time. If it is unlimited like awareness, then it would just be, yes, everything is here. The thought is completely clear and the glass is completely clear. But in the phenomenal play, that doesn't seem to happen. So although we cannot say that this is, I see that attention, this is what attention feels like even presence we can say, I feel that this is what presence is like. But for attention, we cannot even say this. So that's why the confusion can come. But we can get a sense of it by seeing that, okay, there's something which is limiting here now. I'm not able to both focus on a thought and the external world at the same time. What is this limited capability which is here? That we call the attention. You see, like this, no awareness, no limits, just awareness. When this phenomenal appearance comes, then it seems like that aspect of awareness itself, which makes things come to life, it seems like even as consciousness, I'm not able to do both. Give attention here, here, on 3-4 different things at the same time. So there is this power which is limited. It has limitations. This we call the attention. And all of this is noticed where? Is noticed in the ground of awareness itself. You were saying?
I wanted to say that when she was looking for attention, isn't that with attention?
Yes, attention is the tool with which we start the contemplation. And then we come to this point, which is the root of attention or the home of attention, which is the awareness itself. And then when we check from this perspective, then you see the movement, not phenomenally, but because it seems to be switching from appearance to appearance. So I know where she's also coming from because I've contemplated this. Is it that attention is moving from appearance to appearance, or is it just that the appearance is changing? You see? So there's great merit in this question also. Is it just that the appearance is changing? Yeah, that's what you were saying. But this limitation thing, where it seems like there's the appearance of the road also and the appearance of thoughts also. There seems to be this power that consciousness has of being able to switch from this. So it seems like the phenomenal play externally is there and the phenomenal play internally is there, and there is this ability for me to switch the light like that and like that. So it seems truer to me like this in this contemplation, but I don't feel it is a good enough answer for this. Whether it could also just be that the thought is just appearing. It seems like the world is getting blurry. So the entire appearance. Yeah? You see like that more clearly. Okay, like that.
It can be a full range of attention. Like suddenly, if defined our attention to working up. And so it's not just like a 0 to 1 thing. That's what I feel. That
Yes, but
we take on so
I think
many
the root of the
shapes.
question is whether it is attention which is perking up, and it feels like that when we check. But I also know it can feel like it is just that the brightness of the appearance got tuned up a little bit, or the volume of the appearance got tuned up a little. See, it's a little subtle that way. When you contemplate it and see. That it could be that it is this perking up of attention. It could also be that the appearance itself somehow has more intensity suddenly of brightness. It's very beautiful.
So the labeling comes much later. The attention
Yes,
goes,
much later.
and perception happens.
Yeah.
And then thought comes and
Yeah.
labels it
Yes.
as a body.
Yes, exactly. So he says that the labeling comes later. Isn't it true? So first object appears, which you can say is concurrent with attention going to the object, or it is just the appearance or whatever. But the fact is, it is the label which comes after that. And our belief in the label is what causes all the trouble. It's very beautiful when we contemplate like this. I know some of you might be zoning out now, saying, "What is this?" Yeah. But just I feel that nowhere we are really talking about these things with so much seeing, attention, belief, identity. It's very beautiful. When we start contemplating like this, then ego has no chance actually. No chance. Yeah. That is the comfort zone. That I will not be found out as a non-existent one if there is no contemplation happening. I know that some of you must be struggling with the audio because there's a live audience here. But we tried to fix it with a new mic today, but that didn't seem to work. We'll see how it goes. Nitya says, does attention come from the mind or does it come from beingness? It comes from beingness itself. See, you will see that it's prior to mind. Before even a thought can come, is this capacity for us to give it attention. And it's definitely before the identity. Identity comes much later. The thought is there, then the thought is I am a person or I exist here in this way, and then attention and belief goes to this, and that makes up the identity. And also there's this feeling, if you contemplate these things, you realize that some of the things that you read were completely wrong, even in the scriptures. You contemplate like this, and most will say, the minute you wake up, you are identified. Is it true like this in your contemplation? Have you seen? No, I have not seen this. Many times we just go about things and there's no identification. It just moves. And then something comes and we pick up the ID. But what's most popular to believe that when we wake up instantly we get identified with something. So even these concepts we can contemplate.
Can I ask something about that, please? Feels like when I wake up,
Yeah.
the first sensation I have is pain, and then straight away, like, oh, I am in pain.
Yeah, if you pick that up.
But I
So
feel
there
it.
must be days when you don't pick it up, where it's just part of the movement. The pain itself is part of the just regularness of
So
life.
it's just the thought, even though the sensation is there.
Yeah.
Like that's the first, even before I see
Yeah.
light, that's the sensation.
Yeah. Even if the sensation is there, if you're not picking up a label about it or a thought about it, it's nothing. It's not identification yet. See, a child can also have pain, but he's not identifying that this is mine. So he's not suffering from the byproducts.
Really did happen. I was waking up already identity. That's how it seemed.
It seems. So we can check this. We can check like this. So that's why I feel it's so nice to just contemplate everything. Even everything you hear in satsang, I'm very happy if you come and say, this I don't see it this way. Can we look together? And I might learn something. I'm completely open like this. Just bring everything into your own seeing. And there is no chance of the ego surviving. This sense of identity cannot survive even the slightest inquiry. Yes.
If you wake up with a familiar feeling,
Yeah.
so does that not mean the person is
No.
going to come?
How? Familiar feeling is there. Your presence is there. Where is the person?
That's what I was assuming all
No.
these years, and
That's what I'm saying. We can contemplate this.
can't be like that.
Yeah. We can contemplate these things. So presence is there. A familiar feeling is also coming. But where is the person? Where is the identification? It's just something we read. It's just something we read that, okay, this instantly we get at. No, I don't see that.
Why are you fighting for?
Nothing. Exactly. Exactly. I don't feel that all of us are going around life constantly identified as the ego. I don't feel. It's only when some appearance comes and that we want to resist, when we believe a thought about it. This is the way I see it, but I'm open. If you say that, okay, this what is written in the books, it makes more sense because this, I'm open to hearing.
There's a great deal of comfort and happiness when we go about this way.
Yeah.
But what about the tapas and the ultimate ultimate realization?
Ultimate. I don't know. I don't know of any ultimate realization.
Just like
What would this ultimate realization be? Would awareness be unaware of this? Would it be beyond awareness? You see, this is a good contemplation because you see, there's this concept of an ultimate realization which is beyond even this discovery that I am this awareness. And it's popular sometimes because we want to differentiate ourselves. So we say, not even awareness. No, not even. So then who is aware it is not even awareness? You see, that must be the ground, isn't it? This awareness must be the ground. To even be able to report it is not even awareness, who's reporting? Who's aware it is not awareness? Yeah? But usually I don't. If some teacher or somebody is saying like that, I don't get into debates. It's not worthwhile. But we can contemplate. No? So don't take anything you hear just saying, okay, this sounds even super extra cool. Maybe that is what I want. Because this is what has kept us seemingly trapped for so long. That enlightenment means that you will have all of these superpowers and you will be like this and there will be big halo around your head. These kind of things. If there is something beyond awareness, who would be aware of it? So what must be prior? Can it be something which is perceived experientially, or is it the awareness itself? So what can be more ultimate than this discovery that I am this awareness? Can it be? Then the only confusion can be that we are using definitions differently. So what I am saying awareness, somebody else is saying nothingness, which is okay. That is okay because that is just communication. 2 hours. Yes. Okay, let me just pick up in the middle because I don't know where to start. Amaya says non-thoughts show up visually like a flash on a person or place. And non-thoughts, like the energetic cousins of thoughts, can be like memories, imagination, just show up visually, yes. Bhagavati said yesterday, I heard this enlightened guy on Buddha at the gas pump say, everyone's thoughts come from the heart. There are many ways to hear this. So one could be that if we say heart is consciousness itself, then of course everything is appearing from consciousness itself. That is the simplest way like this. But the way we speak about it is that we can sense. No? There are two voices. One is the voice of this mind, which is always needy, grasping for something, always dipped in identity, and it is coming up saying me, me, me. And then we can sense the loving, the peaceful voice of the Sadguru from the heart. It doesn't want anything. You can smell the fragrance of this one. So we can say that both of these are the same because they come from consciousness. It is fine if that is what is implied. But my experience is of being able to taste both these, the qualities of both these voices. Lucia says there is a voice, but often there are pictures. Yes. Stacy says same, a voice. Then if strong thoughts are coming, there is a picture like a movie. Mostly talking to father in my head these days. Then she said, too funny, right? No, no, I know this way. This is time where it seems like everything is coming from the Guru. Even the conversation in the mind is happening with the Guru. It can seem like. Dipali says thoughts sound like a radio. It is switched off most of the time. Casey said my mind so badly wants to tell stories and my forehead gets tight. Then I notice and go empty. So that's good. This is very good you bring up this point. Because this forehead, it's nice check for openness. I don't know whether anyone of you have experimented. Today is little weird satsang, so we're sharing all of this. But this forehead, I sense that when there's something like that, then I sense that there's some resistance happening. And then you sense its openness, it's just. You seem like this? You can play with some of these things. You can play with some of these. Yes, and it's just openness. So there's some tightness. I even remember I told someone like this some weeks ago. When they were struggling with something, I said, just leave your forehead completely free and open. Don't. I've noticed also like this. When something is being resisted, then I see the some tightness. Lucia says, sometimes I purposely go with the thoughts to see where they take me, and often it becomes a roller coaster ride. Yes. It's okay. Sometimes we can play like this, but very quickly we say no. Bad idea. Bad idea to buy a ticket for that ride. Petra said, there's just this fear of the loss of experiencing. You cannot lose experiencing. The fear can come like this, but you will not lose experiencing. Experiencing will continue. It will become very global, your experience. More universal. When we are open, then it is a more universal sense of experiencing. And Shankar said, thank you, Father, for your simple pointing about the smoking thing. I just worry a bit about my kids worrying about me. Yes. It's very natural. No? Annette says, can we play that game you played with Shivani once? Yes, she typed this earlier also. She said that once Shivani was not happy about something, and whatever she was saying, I was saying the opposite of that. And we were playing this game. Can we play that game that you played with Shivani once, where you said the opposite thought of what she was believing? It made her laugh. But somebody has to come grumpy for that. Who's grumpy right now? Somebody has to come grumpy face. Shivani is laughing, so she's not the right candidate. Somebody with grumpy thoughts. Grumpy. Don't say me grumpy. It's more fun like that. Somebody comes grumpy and says, I'm so tired of satsang. He said, this is the best satsang you ever had. I'm not understanding anything. That's the point of satsang. It's more fun when somebody grumpy is there. Amaya says, a universal mic picks up everything in the room. Might want to check into that. Jerome says, when contemplation is, only heart is felt, isn't it? Beauty is seeing with and without form. Even stop to make the difference between them. Radha says, somehow there is not much contemplative energy here, Father. It's okay. Yes. Sometimes it feels like nothing. Jerome says, on this earth, in this body, be in love. Don't know what only be in love is. Lucia says, Father, I follow my thoughts purposefully sometimes to see how crazy they are. It just concretes this scene. A little game I play. Yes, we all had played these experiments. It's good. It's good. If they're not taken too far, it's good. Yeah, sometimes it can be, yeah, I'm going to play. And it leads us into some more and more and more. Before we know it, we believed 100 thoughts. We're like depressed now. That's how it started, all of this. And I was the alarm that you set for yourself. See, remember, it was just a game you started and said, let's play this game and see what happens. So satsang is just that same alarm. You started the game started. You forgot about the game and it became all thought. Thankfully, there was this fail-safe mechanism which which you programmed into this system. Dennis says, the first time I became aware of this sense of beingness was when waking up from sleep. Yes. Yes. This is good. We go from sleep state to waking state. It's a beautiful time to just see, okay, so what is here? But it cannot be planned. Just flows like that. It's very Shivani says, Father, noticing how childish my mother/adult tactics are lately. Yes. Even phenomenally, all of us are just children that never grew up. No? Isn't it like this? We used to feel at, in my 20s, I used to feel at 40. I used to feel so old and mature. Now I'm 40 and what happened? Only this body is more grey. We used to play this game. I don't remember where it was. Also, I remember playing this game once with a set of people, and we said, "How old do you really feel?" We were hearing, and it was my generation that was playing. So everyone said, "I feel 27, 23." There's something about that also. Something is not changing actually. Yeah?
really makes sense. I don't know what.
Yes, exactly. Yes, really it doesn't, but just playfully. You're just saying.
I went through a phase where I felt like I was going backwards. Like I felt like I was getting younger.
Yes.
Actually, like maybe like an
In
infant.
Benjamin Button.
Actually, it was like even acting like an infant.
I can believe. Completely.
That thing makes me go younger.
Because you're discovering what is eternal. That is not that what is not aging at all. This is very good what Lucia said. It's been this little game only. All of this play of personhood has only been this little game. Let me see where this is going. Maybe this is what the inspiration for Alice in Wonderland and these stories. Let me see where this is going. In Narnia, you see, there's something about all of these things. We went through this. Like this, if you see all these stories, Alice in Wonderland, Narnia, it's always going into some sort of a rabbit hole or a cupboard or something like that, and it opens up this new world, and then a lion, Aslan, something has to come to wake you up. So,
Actually, it stands more for the spiritual quest
yes.
than for the mind. It's something that's always been there that you never saw, but when you entered it, a whole new realm that you didn't know, where the rules and everything are different.
But that rabbit hole seems to me more like this thought thing I'm getting into. We come to this crazy world where everything is upside down. In this world, everything is upside down. Seriously. It's like brothers are killing each other because of some lines on the ground. Isn't it? You drew some line on a map and then both the two sides are killing each other because of these lines on the ground. Isn't it crazy? it's all insane. You're fighting because of color of skin. It's insane. So it's just like the rabbit hole into this insanity of everything. If you look at it, it's so crazy. Hmm. Everything here in this realm is so upside down. Spend our entire life working, 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 working. So what? So that when I'm really old, I can be at peace. That's it. The entire life is gone. Like this, especially in the corporate world, and also so much craziness. All this spoiling your health, everything, family life, everything just to make money. So that what happened? That when you grow old, you spend all that money getting the health back and on medicine and gym memberships, and it doesn't make any sense. So it's very much like this crazy upside down world of the stories. It's the strangest thing. If you see the map of Africa, you've seen the map of Africa, you can see that it is a group of people, and Jeremy can confirm this. The group of people sat in a room and then drew lines with a scale because it is straight. The lines in the Africa map, especially, are just straight. And they drew these lines, and then people separated in these countries, and then you can have conflict between these two sets of people because of a line on a map.
It's completely dreamless because you know you
Yes.
have dreams like weird things happen
Weird
that
thing,
would
yeah.
normally happen
Yeah.
in waking up. But actually waking up is actually the
Yes,
same.
yes, yes.
It's just as weird.
So
I was saying to
weird.
him the other day, like especially in India, like really like this might sound really weird, but really weird things happen.
Yes.
Like in this is my experience.
Yes.
Like I walk to the end of the road and like I'm like back here or something. And I just have to go, okay, like really like crazy things
Yeah.
happen there. It's probably everywhere. But
There is probably a road like that.
Feels
that
the
goes
words,
like
you're like,
but lots of stuff happens that just doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense, and it's just like really just like a dream.
She says
Okay.
India is very much like this weird dream. Yes. Also, otherwise, even simply if you look, you start a walk, you don't know whether you can see a camel, might see an elephant, you will see a monkey, you can see any. Anything can be there. You can just see a horse which is standing there. You don't know where it comes from, what it's doing.
I told her it was played intentionally to surprise holders.
Yeah. It's intentional like this. Like this, Dennis says, no? He says some Brazilians hate people from Argentina only because of football. Not just Brazilians, and can I tell you something? My son is a huge Manchester United fan. And these kids, they fight every day in school about Man U versus Chelsea versus Arsenal versus. You've never even been there. You don't even know where it is on the map. And you're picking up these identities and you're fighting about them. This identification thing is. There are people in India who are fighting for Brazil versus Argentina in football. There was even a television ad. No? They said there's two friends, they were together and they were just fighting. No, Brazil is the best. No, Argentina is the best. Messi is too good. No, Ronaldo or whatever, he's the best. So one guy comes and says, "Do you even know which continent they're in?" We have no idea about these things and we pick up these identities. Maybe we should stop satsang today because I don't know where this is going. There are some in satsang we might never see again. This is way too weird. We spoke about today beautiful concepts like internet prices in Australia and the reason behind that. We spoke about the map of Africa. We spoke about football teams. Maybe I should retire now. It's time. Please start broadcasting. Kitchen table satsang. Actually, Guruji once said something very nice about football. He said that the previous night he had been watching some clips of Messi playing, and he saw that it was just without identification. Something was just flowing. And he said, these thousands of people that come, they don't come to see Messi play. They come to see God play. When they're in their flow, it's just flowing so beautifully. Then we said, yes, like this. There's a violinist called Yo-Yo Ma. If any of you heard him play. And he plays, you hear some pieces like you hear even Ave Maria. You hear it like you're in heaven. This must be so just God composed this. So like this, when it flows just from presence, that beauty can emerge. This gets weirder and weirder. Now Yo-Yo Ma is in the mix. It's like the usual angel for satsang was missing and we put a standby guy who then is now expressing completely differently today. Stand by Ananta. Stand by Sadhguru. Sadhguru took a break today and then we had to stand by Sadhguru which decided to speak. Let's have a song. No? Expression like this. Is it a good idea to have some? Suchitra, Shankara, Arunachala Shiva, and then we sing another one. Shankara, Karunakara. The one, can you sing the one that they sing in the Aarti in the evening over there? Do they sing it in Tamil or what? The evening, I guess. Yeah. It's okay in Kannada also. It's okay.
Just blanked out now. Just not coming.
Kannada is okay. You can come close.
Is that Aksharamana?
Yes. The first we've seen that, yes. Now we only see the window. Yes. Kara Karuna Kara Jagadishwara Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara 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 Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara. It's okay. When the laughter comes and you resist the laughter, it comes even stronger. No, don't laugh. I threatened to do that with her the other day. I'll make you laugh while you're singing.
It's like I forgot my ABCs.
Yes.
I sing it every day.
Yeah.
It's just not coming.
Yeah. You'll get used to this. Yes, you'll get used to it because even with Shankara Karunakara, the Shankara Karunakara.
Every other song is
What
coming
comes
with
next?
this one. I can sing something else.
Yes, of course. But you have to come here.
I don't know how it will come out. अजब तेरा कानून देखा खुदाया, जहाँ दिल दिया, जहाँ दिल दिया, फिर वही तुझको पाया। अजब तेरा कानून देखा खुदाया, जो तुझ पे फिदा दिल हुआ एक बारी, जो तुझ पे फिदा दिल हुआ एक बारी, उसे प्रेम का ऐसा जलवा दिखाया। जहाँ दिल दिया, जहाँ दिल दिया, फिर वही तुझको पाया। अजब तेरा कानून देखा खुदाया, तेरी पाख सीरत का आशिक हुआ जो, तेरी पाख सीरत का आशिक हुआ जो, वही रंग रंगा फिर जो तूने रंगाया। जहाँ दिल दिया, जहाँ दिल दिया, फिर वही तुझको पाया। अजब तेरा कानून देखा खुदाया, है गुमराह जिस दिल में बाकी खुदी है गुमराह जिस दिल में बाकी खुदी है। मिला तुझसे जिसने खुद ही को गवाया। जहाँ दिल दिया, जहाँ दिल दिया, फिर वही तुझको पाया। अजब तेरा कानून देखा खुदाया।
Suchitra, can we sing Swagatam Krishna? Let me try and see. Swagatam Krishna, Charanagatam Krishna, Swagatam Swagatam Krishna Sharanagatam Krishna Swagatam Suswagatam Sharanagatam Krishna Swagatam Suswagatam Sharanagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Suswagatam Sharanagatam Krishna Swagatam Suswagatam Sharanagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Suswagatam Sharanagatam Krishna Swagatam Suswagatam Sharanagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Suswagatam Sharanagatam Krishna Swagatam Suswagatam Sharanagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Suswagatam Sharanagatam Krishna Swagatam Suswagatam Sharanagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Swagatam Sharanagatam Krishna Swagatam Suswagatam Sharanagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna.
Say.
Please do.
Nandalala, 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 Prabhu Radha Lola. Nandalala, Nandalala, Nanda ki Lala, Prabhu Radha Lola. Gopi Lola, Gopabala, Chitta-leela, Rasa-lola. Gopi Lola, Gopabala, Chitta-leela, Rasa-lola. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Nanda Lala, Nanda Lala, Nanda ki Lala, Prabhu Radha Lola. Nanda Lala, Nanda Lala, Nanda ki Radha Lola. Gopi Lola, Gopabala, Chitta-leela, Rasa Lola. Gopi Lola, Gopabala, Chitta-leela, Rasa Lola. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Nanda Lala, Nanda Lala, Nanda ki Lala, Prabhu Radha Lola.
No? I'm getting an inkling of what is happening today. Because I cannot stop. He Nanda Nanda Gopala, Nanda Nanda Gopala. 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 He Nanda
Nanda Gopala, Ananda Nanda Gopala.
Hey Nanda Nanda Ananda Nanda Raghunanda Nanda Gopala. Hey Nanda Nanda Ananda Nanda Raghunanda Nanda Gopala. Hey Nanda Nanda Ananda Nanda Raghunanda Nanda Gopala. Hey Nanda Nanda Ananda Nanda Raghunanda Nanda Gopala. Hey Nanda Nanda Gopala. Ananda 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 Nanda Gopala. Hey Nanda Nanda Ananda Nanda Raghunanda Nanda Gopala. Hey Nanda Nanda Ananda Nanda Raghunanda Nanda Gopala. Hey Nanda Nanda Gopala. Ananda Nanda Gopala. Hey Nanda Nanda Gopala. Ananda Nanda Gopala. He's the supreme trickster. The supreme trickster is Krishna. I felt and felt that there's something today. Yeah. Enlightenment. Just here, no? Just here. Just here. So Swagatam Krishna means welcome Krishna. And Sharanagatam Krishna means we are in your surrender. We surrender to you. Did you all get a server error? Or only us?
He sang Swagatam Krishna at the end of that song. So we
Never too late.
now that he's probably here.
Which is the one consciousness which can play in many different expressions. Many different expressions. Like this, we say Krishna means the naughty expression of consciousness. The fun-loving, the trickster. Okay. There is also. You can ask how does it come there? There is space in the hangar. Maybe she can come. She's outside. You can come, my dear. It's a while to get to YouTube.
Yeah.
So you can play?
Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Para Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Dhyanumulam Gurur Murti Pujamulam Gurur Padam Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Mokshamulam Gurur Kripa Mokshamulam Mujiji Kripa Mokshamulam Ananta Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinan Sarve Santu Niramya Sarve Patrani Pashantu Akasyet Bhagavet Asatom Asat Kamiya Tamasoma Jyotir Gamiya Mrichurma Amritam Gamiya Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Brahma Paramastu Om Shri Satguru Bhagavan Ki Jai Om Shri Satguru Mujiji Ki Jai.
Thank you all so very much for being in Satsang today. Sadguru Shri Mujiji Ki Jai.
Sadguru Shri Ananta Ji Ki
Jai.
Yay.
Jai.